the funnel got tighter and we get down and one name came out, and it's the one person we offered the job to, and that was Mark. And he was spectacular in the process, very organized, has a plan. His recruiting ties were very, very important to you. Got to have players, and we know that. Everybody knows that. His recruiting, his ability and knowledge of Ohio, his knowledge of Florida, having coached down for over 4 years down in Florida, ties to high schools in Florida, gives you the ability to go a couple different places that we haven't done as well as we probably could have or should have in terms of recruiting over time. That doesn't mean we haven't had our share of players out of there. It doesn't mean we haven't found somebody here or there, but we've got to become more consistent in that, and that was something we were hoping for. So that recruiting piece is very, very important. As important, I don't get hung up in the head coach versus the coordinator thing. Everybody's looked at the folks that we've hired at UK, and we've hired a lot of assistant coaches at successful programs to come and lead our programs, and we've done it in a lot of sports, and a lot of them have had success. We're not 100% in that, and we're never going to be 100% in that, but I feel very strongly about the pedigree that Mark has through his family and the places that he's been and the knowledge that he's gained, his toughness, the discipline I think that his teams play with. The defensive piece was very, very important to us, and so I think all those components ratchet around a thought process that he has offensively gives us a chance to get better and utilize some of the good young talent that we've got and go find some more that supplements that.
How big of an impact did he play? Obviously, the fact that he comes to you guys.
Well, I mean, I'll be honest with you. Most of the people we talked to had good plans, and they were good. We had a very good group of people to talk to, and I was pleased with that. 11 years ago when we had this job open, it was hard. There was 19 scholarships, probation. We were down. There wasn't a lot of folks thinking that was a really good idea to sign on to that job. And Coach Brooks took it on, and I give him all the credit in the world. But he came in here, and the first year I think we played with 71 scholarships. The second year we played with 67 or 66, somewhere in that range. And it was tough. In this league, to compete with that number of scholarships is very difficult. He took it on, and he and Joker came in here and worked really, really hard at it. And I thank them for all they gave to this program. It meant a lot, and a decade has been a long time. And a lot of things have changed. Our league has changed. The place that we call home in terms of the league has changed. We've added 2 new members. We're adding some assets to our league in the next couple of years that will give us some more ability to do some things for our programs. But more importantly, the landscape of college football and college athletics has changed, and we've had to adjust to that. But we had some folks that came to our program and said, this is a good job, and we went for it. Mark was as enthusiastic or more enthusiastic, and most of those came with the plan, chomping at the bit to be here. The combination of all those pieces was really, really good, and I'm excited because he and I text back and forth a lot, and there wasn't a time where his energy didn't come through, even in a text message. That doesn't win you a job, but it certainly doesn't hurt you. But the other thing that is so impressive is in a short week with all the stress that he had going on. You watch what he did last night against that triple option, and the 200 yards total offense for Georgia Tech and 15 points over, and really their offense didn't produce any. Florida State's offense struggled in the second half, and 5 possessions, 3 turnovers, and they still win the game. A lot of credit goes to obviously to Coach Fisher and what they've done, but a lot of credit goes to Mark and his players, what they did on that defensive side of the ball. Those are the things that a good defense gives you a chance. When you're not perfect offensively, it gives you a chance to still be in the game.
Can you brag about Mark's expertise he brought to the process?
When you talk about Mark coming here with a plan, how much of that involved? Did he give you a sort of a rough outline of the kind of guys and the names that he could put together on his staff?
I think when you look at that, you say, okay, here's a group of folks I'd like to talk to, and I'm fine with that. All of that was good. I didn't say if you got to get him or you got to get him. If you don't get him, that's not the way it works. We're going to give him an opportunity to say, here's what you have to go out and get it done. You come back to us and you put it together. It's your team. I'm not in charge of his staff. This is his staff. He puts it together. Will he ask me for suggestions? I'll give him to him, and I'll say, might be something to think about. We've had great communication. That he's been really open to that, and he's been wonderful. And so I've been impressed with what he's had to say and how he's going about it. It is very thoughtful. It's clear this guy he's 45 years old. He's been around it his entire life, and he's thinking about it all the time. You can tell this is something he has been waiting for and has been working toward his entire career. So he's got it, and ready to go turn it loose.